right. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Lucian Fogoros. I'm the co-founder of IoT World. And with me, I got Greg Orloff, who will be your host today. Welcome, Greg.
Thanks, Lucian. Excited to be here this morning. We got some great content lined up.
Excellent. Thank you. And I want to welcome the several thousand people from 122 countries, 50 plus speakers. I'm humbled by your support and decision to spend the time with us. Our speaker represent perspective from manufacturing end users, from solution providers, analysts, VC, consultants, academia, among many others. We're live from Cleveland, Ohio, the heart of US manufacturing. According to Team Neo, about half the US manufacturing is within half a day worth of drive from Cleveland. So you know the place that river caught on fires that in the late 60s, or you can walk east until you smell it, north until you stop in it. It is a thriving end user manufacturing community. So you heard them all. I heard them all in the last 31 years when I made home in Northeast Ohio. Went to a couple of great universities here. So we're going to switch around a little bit. I want you to get familiar with the tool, particularly in the Q&A section. And that's where you would track all the questions. But even more, if in the audience you're working on an IoT projects, feel free to let us know. First off, let us know where you're from, where you're dialing in from, in the chat option. But questions for the live speakers, make sure you get them in the Q&A. Also, we have a special surprise for you. If you have a solution or an idea, you like the rest of the people to know, we're going to invite you and give you the microphone. We're going to do a startup pitch or an IoT pitch in just a few moments. Once we get that the items out of the way, the overweight. So with that in mind, about 6 years ago, together with Dr. Rudinsky, we started this company on a mission to democratize the industrial market insights, creating a hub for industrial IoT ecosystems to offer some seat to a startup, the same table with some of the largest giants. Make them work as equal partners. So we're proud to have over 15 sponsors today. You've seen them earlier for this event, and as well as customer 15 sponsors, but also customers from about 15 countries, and a total of about 100 customers. For a reason, I'd like to give back. Again, a couple of things that we're going to be giveaway throughout the day. In the Q&A, if you post questions, you'll see the VIP community. That's where we give about a year worth of the membership to that. If you're active, post questions in the Q&A. We're also going to give away a video insight. So that's called a CEO Insights. This is where we invite a C-level person to tell us about their company, and Greg and I will be happy to share the link for you to register. So we'll pick a couple of winners throughout today. So with that in mind, I'd like to, again, invite from the audience, 40-second pitch, your company, why should the audience care? And then what excites you the most about the 2 days agenda that we've brought here together? So I'm going to start looking in the chat option and see who is there and pull a couple of people. I see Dominic has already raised your hands. Welcome, Dominic. Thank you for joining. So again, 40 seconds. Tell us why Micro PSI AI, what motivates you to start that, and then tell us what you're excited about the 2 days.
Yes, thank you very much, Lucian. Hi, Greg. My name is Dominic Bosel from Micropsy Industries. We do smart AI for robots. So basically, we teach the robots what others, we teach the robot in hours what others couldn't program in days. And so why did we start it? Well, because we want to democratize robotics. We want to make robotics more flexible and easier to use. Why do I think it's important? Well, because over the last years, especially in the space of IIoT and digitalization, I see that there is so much potential that is going to be unlocked when finally automation, so the old economy, and AI, the new economy, are coming together. And this will enable so much more use cases, market domains, and so on. And so this is why I'm super excited about events like this one. And I'm particularly interested because sneaking through the list of speakers, there are so many people from large IT companies like Microsoft and so on, and other manufacturing and automation companies. And so I think this is the right spot, because this is the people that we have to get to bring together, that foster this discussion and this exchange. And this is why we are so excited to be here.
Well, I appreciate it, and good luck with the Micro PSI. Greg, any comments or questions for Dominic?
That was a great, concise pitch, first of all, Dominic. So it's rare to see somebody given a 30-second or 40-second elevator pitch and they hit it dead on. So well done. Now, I think you've touched on a couple different topics today that are going to bring tremendous value to the audience. And I'm looking forward to hearing it. I mean, I think AI is a growing area. It touches almost every aspect of our lives. From we get up in the morning to the devices we grab first thing. Maybe that's not a good thing, but we do that. So, different aspects of how the day operates and then it unfolds, once you get to work. So excited to be here, excited to hear all about it.
Dominic, I appreciate you spending time with us, and yeah, look forward to. We'll send you the link for the CEO Insights there, and we'll go from there. Next, I invited Brenda Stoner. I saw she raised her hand, so hopefully that's she wanted to pitch her company. So Brenda, welcome. You actually, if you unmute yourself, you can get in live. All right, maybe that was just by accident pressing. Yes.
No, fortune favors the bold, Brenda. Come forward.
So once again, it's a 40-second pitch for startups. Anybody that has a startup that solves problems in manufacturing. If you're in the audience and you like to get this recorded, just feel free to join us. Looking through the list right now, I thought there was a Teher raised hands. See if it's here. Okay. All right. Anybody else is working on cool projects? Hopefully the chat is working, because I don't see many things. So again, feel free to let us know where you're dialing in from, and what cool IoT project you may be working, what challenges you may be having. I'm pretty sure in the audience there are folks that could solve that problem for you. All right, must be very bright and early morning here. So
I guess so. It's too many groggy people in PJs, Lucian.
Okay, no problem. This was unannounced, so I thought we would do this just as a way, and we'll do this tomorrow morning as well, as we recap the day just about 15 minutes before we get started. The idea is to really try to get you folks to be interactive and post questions to the speakers. Again, there are over 55 of them. It's all live, nothing is recorded, and each session is set up in such a way that we would basically give time for the questions to be answered in the live video like this, or follow up right after the event. And if it's enough common questions, we will create an FAQ, like a blog, to the particular session. If there are more confidential, then we'll get back to you via the email. So that's kind of the purpose of that. I won't be getting it, as you're gonna see the video throughout the day with the agenda. I won't be getting to the agenda, but I do want to call the attention to some of the new stuff that we've added on a second day. This was something that was added yesterday. So again, representative, not only from the associations, but also government entities like the National Security Association, as well as the Air Force and several other top-notch companies. Once again, feel free to stick around, enjoy it. Post the question once again in the Q&A, the chat, leveraging mostly to expand on what you're doing, but officially we track that in a Q&A. So without further ado, if you folks don't have any questions.
Hey, Lucian, just real quick, it looks
yes.
like the chat might be disabled.
Oh, okay.
Somebody threw something in the comment or in the Q&A.
So I tested that. Let me just double check if I could do that. That's a good point. We can't answer it. Yes, so Yes, there was a technical glitch, so we'll make it after you folks. I did see that there was set up to no one, so now I should get answers where like everybody could access through the chat. So should be able to, everybody could send a message to anybody in the audience. So again, if you're joined, whether in a browser via the vBlog platform or via the Zoom option. So Greg, what are you excited about the next couple of days?
Yeah, I really, as I mentioned before, that there's a lot of content on AI. And I think there's so many different facets of how that's impacting. I know we've got a couple sessions coming up that are going to delve into infrastructure areas and how that some of the opportunities are evolving there to leverage that, from buildings and bridges to monitoring and to transitioning that into the manufacturing environment. So I think that's going to be an exciting thing for me. Just on a personal, there's also some very neat aspects we haven't really touched on it before, the supply chain piece of this. And we've all been impacted from, the past 2.5 years that we've gone through. So I think that's another area that it's going to be interesting to see how that unfolds. What are some of the solutions? What are some of the problems that people are encompassing in the supply chain area?
Great. Well, look forward to the next session. We're going to transition over into the other room. Again, this was one of the reasons we're opening early, to catch things like making sure you can post in a chat. So stay tuned. In just a few moments, we will start the next session, which is the digital transformation, transform manufacturing and supply chain. We have an analyst, we have folks from the vendor community, and so should be able to address your questions. So with that, I'm going to invite you over to the other sessions. Look forward to touching base throughout the next couple of days.